Hello friends, this is Sanjay Barnwal. Today I'll be taking you through one interesting topic related to SAP resource related billing. Sometimes back I had published one video regarding this solution of SAP where I had run through how this process works and then I received many mails from the users that if I can share with you all SAP this RRB related config config part. So I have created a detailed config presentation which I'll take you through, and hopefully using that you will be able to configure yourself to meet the requirement. But before I start, this config related to SAP resource related billing, let's just walk through what exactly is SAP resource related billing. So RRB is basically like in my previous company, we used to automate the vendor invoice with the customer invoice. So many times, we had sister companies and we used to receive invoice from a vendor on behalf of other intercompanies. So people used to pass manually in both the systems, but using this RRB solution you can link your vendor invoice processing with the customer invoice generation. And the mode of linking is and this RRB solution provides you options to use internal order and materials. You can also use WBS element, but my video is restricted to using internal order. And this internal order we use to identify a customer, and material is used to identify the types of services. So if you have say 5 intercompany customers, right? So you can create 5 internal orders. And if you have say 10 different types of services, so you will create 10 different types of material numbers. RRB solution is basically used by creating a profile in this transaction. I'll take you through the detailed configuration later on. So the process is like, first when you receive the vendor invoice, you will post with respect to the internal order and materials, which will identify what types of service this I am receiving, right? Let me just. Then there is a transaction called DP90. So using that DP90, you will be able to create a vendor customer debit memo request. So those invoices which you have received from the vendor, you can convert it into a sales order. And then after that, you can generate a customer billing using this debit memo request. And in internal order line item display report, you will be able to see what are the pending invoices you received from the vendor where you need to charge back. All these details are available in my other video. I'll share that link also in this video as well. So now I don't let's go through the configure document. What configuration is required to meet this RRB solution. So basically RRB is a very deeply interlinked with your SD module. So if you have worked in SD module, then it will be very easy for you to figure out a lot of things which I'm going to talk through here. However, if you have not worked in SD module, then you just follow what I'm giving you in this screen. So first and foremost, you should have a sales organization and you should have a distribution channel already defined. However, it's recommended for your RRB solution, you create a new distribution channel and also you create a new division. So like I have got my own sales organization, but I created a distribution channel 60. I call it as a back charging invoicing, and division also 60 back charging invoicing. and then you assign your sales organization to this distribution channel and division. You do this configuration using this T code EC05 and EC06. Next, what you can do if you already have your existing sales area set up, so you can assign your new distribution channel and division to the common distribution channel and division. So like in my case, I assigned my 60 distribution channel to my 51 distribution channel. Similarly, I assigned my 60 division to my 51 division. So the purpose of this common distribution channel assignment is it avoids it helps you in duplicating master data record creation. So if you create a record, master data record for 51, it will automatically apply to 60 also. Okay, so now after you have created the distribution channel and division, so you now need to create one condition type ZRRB. To create this ZRRB, you copy this PPSV condition types. This is a SAP standard condition type. So we will use this condition type. It's for our service pricing. So once you copy it, remove this. You see access sequence triple P5 triple P V. So you remove this access sequence. We don't need access sequence for our ZRRB condition types. To access this condition type creation, you can go through SPRO or you can use V/06 T code also. Also in calculation type, you put C quantity. Next, we will create new sales order types. So we will have to create two different sales order types. So first we will create ZRRB. This order type will be used to create a contract. You might have seen, right? We create a contract using VF41 for RRB solution. So to configure that ZRR contract document type, you use CQ as standards, given by SAP. So document type CQ you can copy and keep all these values as it is. So G, you can keep the document type, category, screen sequence, and everything same. However, once you come down in the contract section of your this document type, you will assign debit memo billing request creation. So here you will assign another sales order types which will be creating also ZLV. So at this time you can have the this field blank, and once ZLV is created, then you come back here and assign this ZLV. This sales order document type you can configure using VOV8 transaction code. This is the T code to create sales order type. As I mentioned, we'll also need to create another document type, sales order type ZLV. And to create this, you will use a standard SAP document type, sales document type LV. So same way here also you don't change much. You can keep give a different name like RRB debit memo request. Difference between ZRRB and ZLV, here you see we are assigning L2 debit memo, which is a billing document type under billing section, but in case of ZRRB we assigned ZLV sale order type under contract section. So this is a very important difference you have to ensure. Now we'll create the DIP profile. So this profile is very critical in your RRB solution. So this is the path to create the this profile, or you can directly go to ODP1 T code. So you can give a name RRB model for your this DIP profile creation. Then within the usage section, you select billing and result analysis and assign your document type which you created for your contract creation, ZRRB. After this usage, you go to the characteristics and you identify which are the values of characteristics you are going to use in this RRB solution. So like activity type, you may want to use material number, cost element we will use. So you can select like what I have mentioned here, and you also ensure that these checks are there. For cost element, you should check this material determination field and all. After this characteristic, go to the sources section and you select actual cost line items. So there are two options here, actual cost summary and actual cost line item. So you select actual cost line items. So system will select all the individual line items related to your expense booking, and here you put 100%. So it will consider 100% to be charged back. So there are two additional steps. It's a continuation of the previous screen only. So after sources, this selection criteria is optional, so you can leave it blank. Next, material determination. So here you need to create first one material, and material type should be DIEN, service. And in the item category of the material, you will assign LEIS. This is very critical again. And the material you should create at the sales org level. After that, you come to the criteria under material determination, and you can assign a GL account as a cost element. And this cost element will be used when you post the expenses from the vendor invoices. So this cost element will be used to collect cost on RRB model. After you have completed your DIP profile, now we'll create a new item category. So use copy this L2N item category to ZL2N. This is used for debit memo uh, in the your DP90 when we create. And also you use L2W and copy it to ZRRB. This will be used for item contract item categories. And this ZRRB item category, you assign your RRB model which you created, DIP profile which you created in the previous screen. Here you see this one. Rest all you can keep it as it is. After you have created the item category, now you need to assign the item category to your sales document type. So you assign ZLV sales order type with ZL2N and ZRRB item category to your sales document type ZRRB. Also ensure that in the usage you mention SEIN and item category is LEIS in both the places. Next, we will create the pricing procedure for contract, RRB contract. So we need to create two pricing procedure. First is ZCONT. So in this pricing procedure, it will be used when you create a contract. So you don't need to do much here. No need to use a template pricing procedure. You can directly configure it and give one step here under control field. So create a new entry and ZCONT RRB contract pricing or whatever name you want. And then in the step 10, you mention ZCON. So this condition also you need to create. And then you assign the requirement type to, and account key you can keep ERL. So this pricing procedure will be used when you create the contract, but it will allow the user just to manually input a contract value, nothing more than that. Next, we will create the second pricing procedure. So for this, you need to you can use this PREP01 repairs. So you can copy this PREP01 pricing procedure to your ZRRB pricing procedure. And here you see, here you have PRRP repair price. So remove this one and change it to ZRRB, your ZRRB condition type. Also, this you will be change here. You have ERL, so change it to ZRB account key. This I'll be taking you through in the some next screen. You need to configure a new account key ZRB. And one more thing here, right now I don't have any markup. So, but if your company wants to charge any markup on these services to be back charged to intercompany, so you can add a new condition type for your markup as well. So this pricing procedure will be used in your debit memo request when you system will create the debit memo against your vendor invoices received through DP90 transactions. Then you will assign the pricing procedure to your document type. So basically, you see here we have two document pricing procedure, 3 and 1. So ZLV you assign to your RRB document pricing procedure, and ZRRB you assign to contract pricing procedure. Now you will be also defining your pricing procedure determination. So you will assign your sales org distribution channel division with the two pricing procedure you created. So you can assign ZCONT and ZRRB to your distribution channel and division. And here important thing is to remember that you assign EK01 actual cost as a condition type, and here you assign ZCON as a condition type. So here you will be defining, as I mentioned earlier, that you need to create a new account key ZRB. So this ZRB you can create in this section you see here, and assign a new GL account. So you will configure and assign to the condition type ZRRB in the pricing procedure. So once you have done that and assigned this GL account, so when you create the billing document, right, against this debit memo request, so system will credit this GL account. Earlier we had used 300610, that will go as a debit when you post the vendor invoices, and this account will go as a credit. And linking between your vendor invoice and customer invoice will be always be through your internal order. So this is all config parts which you have to do in this RRB solution. I can just quickly take you through the this is the last screen. So some let me just show you. So VOB 8, this is for condition type maintenance. So this is what you need to maintain, ZRRB condition type. And you see here we will be assigning ZLV, that billing request under contract. So in this part it's empty here. However, when we create the ZLV, then there we will assign in this section. So let's see ZLV. So you see here it's under billing. In the billing section, you will be assigning L2, which is your invoice debit memo request. Invoice L2 is your customer invoice. And here we have empty. This billing request is empty. So if you see here, it will take you to the sales order document type in this field. So order type for request for billing. So this is one critical part which you have to do, and then I'll just show you to pricing procedure as well. So here you have pricing procedure EK01, actual cost you will keep, and ZRRB, service price item. So then you assign the ZRB control, account key here. And if you want, you can add a markup if you need. So, friend, that's all for this config related part for the resource related billing. Hope it helps you in completing the configuration of RRB solution. And if you want to know how the transactions in RRB works, so you can watch my second video. Link of that I'll put in this video as well. In the first comment, you can see that link. Thank you, friends.